This first poem is called Kebab World, or its longer title is Kebab World Does Not Look Like a Shop That Sells Kebabs. Moses parted the red capsicum sea for the tourists. He's such a show-off. Before my date, I'd wanted to walk along the grated cheese shores, but the sun grilled down so that the cheese stuck to my feet. I tried to wipe my feet clean on the shredded lettuce lawn across the street, but a mower passing by sprayed tabbouleh cuttings onto the cheese. Had to scrape the whole mess off with a fork pitched in garden bed. Lady with broad bean smile poured garlic sauce onto row of olive buds. Baby nearby put a handful of doner meat mulch into his mouth. I said there could be all kinds of germs in that. He spat it out, and I wiped his cherry tomato cheeks with a serviette. The boy with greasy chicken hair came towards me, wheeling 2 carrot-spoke bikes. His grin was so wide that I could see a whole row of corn kernel teeth. We raced each other past town, across pita-bread plain where wild dogs roam. We were going so fast, I didn't even notice the waterhole until he stopped, sudden as a chop. Before I could grab the brakes, I went over an air pocket mound and landed in the water. Curse! Splash! The cold tires made the bike sink straight away, dragging me down with it. I dismounted, dug my feet into the hummus mud to tug the bike up, but it wouldn't budge. I crawled back onto land. A wild dog trotted over from the other side of the waterhole and licked the hummus from between my toes. This made me laugh. Falafel, falafel, falafel. After I washed my feet, the boy and I walked past the parsley bushes. By the time I dried off again, we reached a cliff. We looked out at the mass of natural yogurt clouds. Stayed there, legs swinging over the edge, until the moon was a juicy slice of beetroot in the sky. His eyes welled up, and when I asked him if he was crying, he said it was just a reaction from his onion-ringed glasses. I leaned in so close that I could see that his 2 front teeth overlapped slightly. His chilly kiss made my tongue tingle. Thank you. Who is the man fighting on the wall? He stands in profile position. His fists are raised in front of his face. The gesture is offensive or defensive or both. The hat with the 3-leaf clover is tilted down, a mark of respect. Does it shade his eyes? His uniform is green, but flecks of paint have chipped away from the brick. His edges are black, especially thick around jaw and creased brow. His nose tilts upwards as if he is stubborn. Or perhaps he is only smelling the soup, which is cooking on the other side of the mesh door, just to the right of his vision. If the wind blows the wrong way, as it often does, all he will smell are the piles of dank newspapers that overflow from the bin. The man's fists have closed into a white stump of flesh. His ears have been drawn on with crayon. Can he hear the birds that call to each other? Or does he only hear the traffic, always changing, yet sounding the same? Perhaps he hears nothing at all. There is no skin under his uniform, no heart, no lungs. There is only brick. What will be left of him once the paint has chipped away? Perhaps he hopes that someone will come through the door with fresh paint. Even if they cannot change the damage underneath, at least they can allow his colours to change, allow his hands to rest by his sides, allow him to return to how he once was. He will, as long as he remembers.